I know I'm full of self-doubt, and to be honest, it has never brought me down. No, 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 no. I'm really glad I'm not walking around believing my inflated ape brain has figured it out. And suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Like and I'm really glad I don't take part in your big search for who you are. And I don't care that I sound arrogant, but knowing who you are is just for amateurs. And suddenly you realize, yeah, that everything you ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Oh, still everything you ever thought you were made me cry. To be honest, it made me wanna die inside. And I'm sure I did, but just a little bit. And suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize, 'cause everything I ever thought I was made me cry. Yeah, and suddenly you realize that everything you'd ever told yourself were lies. And believe me, I can sympathize. Still everything you ever thought you were made me cry.
Hey everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. So a lot has been going on in the Chantelverse this morning. Gatineau police did reply to a thread on Twitter saying, in some words, they may or may not have a file on Nader El Shami as well as Foodie Beauty. So let's talk about it. There is a lot happening right now with Foodie Beauty, with Nader, and the police are taking notice. Hey, Just Deb. Hey, Deb F. Casper Kitty. Hey there, Ennis. Flordea. Hi there, Kelly. We got Polly. What's up? Frosty. Sarah M. Thompson. Pagan Ways. Ray Ray. How was your radiation treatment? Hopefully good. Cakes of Fire. One Small Moose. Erica Lynn. Just Julie. Lisa R. Leanie Bo. Emmy's Cauliflower. Sonia H. Gohan's Girl. Tara Mama. Angie M. Roslyn. Ami Ami, and everybody else, welcome to the chat. If you want to join the panel, then go ahead and join the panel if you want to. Hi there, Kali, Snarky Priest, Stinky Meatball, Jessica Messica, Sherry Duval, Marie, And KK's Corner. Hey there, Greeny Bluish. How are you doing? Panel is open. CV, hello. How are you? Hopefully good. Yeah, let me try and pull up the Twitter that mentions the whole Gatineau police thread and what they're saying. I did make a video on my main channel about that. It just came out half an hour ago, not even 20 minutes ago. And what their reply was to the situation, because it's getting serious when law enforcement is involved and there are consequences. Let's just put it that way. So it literally is their latest reply. Like, they don't reply much, because if you look, let me actually pull it up, because if you look, Gatineau Police really doesn't reply that much. Hippieista, welcome. You're live.
Okay, I'm only here for a second, and all I want, and I was hoping Ray would be on the panel, but Ray, I watched uh your video, and I love you, and I think our dads are in heaven watching football. That's all I have to say. I love you. Hang in there, girl. And if nobody else watches Ray stuff, y'all need to go subscribe. Just letting you know. So, love y'all. Bye.
All right, bye, Hippieista. Ray. I guess somebody could put a link to Ray's channel. Those are some pretty warm words from Hippieista. Hi there, Marie. Skeeter. Hi there, Savitri. Good morning to you, Jenny. Jen Puff. Hi there. Exactly. The police. So here's the original thread. This was from April the 7th, right? And then here is the reply. Gatineau police said, hello, we have been identified several times on posts concerning these two individuals. We cannot comment on the files we are working on, if any. Now, why would they say that? We cannot comment on the files we are working on. Then they cast any doubts that maybe they are, maybe they are not. Then they are, please be aware that if violations are found, actions are taken. Thank you and have a nice day. And as you can see, they don't reply that much, maybe one tweet a day, if that. So this is pretty significant if they're taking the time to go out of their way and reply to something that has been ongoing. Michael F says Foodie Beauty has COVID and she's full of bull. Natural Ginger, you're live.
Hello, hi. Hello, everybody.
How are you doing, Natural Ginger? What's going on?
Okay, I've just watched your video about the police nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I think nothing will come of it because they always seem to get away with everything, don't they?
Yeah, but you see, they have to be lucky every single time when it comes to the police. The police just has to be lucky once.
That's true. Yeah, that is true.
So I don't know. Maybe we could do a vote. Do you think anything's gonna come of this investigation of some sorts? Oh, we got Chantel's missing. Who is this? Oh, hello, Chantel's missing.
Dignity.
Well,
Oh,
hello.
well, hello.
Well,
Missing
hello,
what?
Monty.
Missing D?
Missing dignity. So there, believe it or not, I'm sure you've heard of the 7 deadly sins, which are obviously running Chantal's life right now. Well, I'm one of the 7 heavenly virtues. We are, believe it or not, locked away in the back of her mind in a very clean, nice space. I have to say, with all the current drug use and the death of brain cells, we're getting a lot more space because it's opening up in there. But we are, in fact, in here. And sometimes we don't always know what's going on, but we keep track. So we did a little Rochambeau, and originally Faith wanted to come up here, And and then we were going to let Prudence come on, but Prudence takes so long and thinks about everything she's going to say because she wants to be politically correct. So I decided to come up instead.
Well, we're good to see you. I don't suppose you get out much.
No. As humility, no, I don't get out much. In fact, no, I don't think I've ever been out. Now that you mention it, Ginger. So, but here, like I said, so we do have some thoughts. So go ahead, Monty. I apologize for interrupting.
Well, I was kind of done. That was a very good entry point for you. Ray, you're alive. How did your therapy go? Your radiation, right?
Yeah, well, it was just the first appointment, and you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
we can
Yeah.
hear you.
And we just kind of went over the details of everything. On Friday, I go and get a cool radiation mask. When you're doing brain or radiation on your brain, you have to get like a mask that you wear during radiation. So I have to go get fitted for that. And then I should start next week. So, yeah.
And a real quick aside, Ray, the mask, it's made out of this mesh, so you can see it's not claustrophobic at all. They're actually kind of cool, as well as
Yeah.
cool as it can be. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
And I just wanted to mention Hippieista. Thank you. That means a lot to me, what you had to say. So thank you so much.
All right, so I just put up the vote. Do you think anything will happen from the Gatineau police investigation? If it was me involved in this situation, well, in the first place, I wouldn't be involved in this situation because I'd know better. But really, is anything going to happen? Vote now. I want to hear what your thoughts are on the Gatineau police finally paying attention and maybe having a file open, file or files. Who knows? There might be multiple. Yep, Tiny Ghost says, Ray, you got this. Definitely, Ray. Positive vibes your way. We wish you the best. Prayers your way as well. Now we're all here for you.
Yes, Ray.
Thank you.
We're all here. Far away, but here.
I've got this. I know I'm going to be good, though.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So, what I did not, so I'm not a Twitter person, not to mention I'm locked away in the back of Chantal's mind. So, do you have a copy of what the Gatineau police said, Monty? Me and the 6 other heavenly virtues are curious.
Yeah, I'd put it up earlier. So let me expand a little bit more. So this is what they wrote this morning. It's right there. Right here about their response 11 hours ago.
The 2 individually cannot comment. If any.
Several times on posts.
Yeah, and that sounds like I would guess that the Gatineau police, they've probably been completely inundated with emails, calls, Twitters, text. I'm sure it's been, and so all kidding aside, though, like I don't know, but I have worked for a prosecuting attorney before, and I'm sure somebody's paying attention. That's all I will say.
Well, with the way it's like worded, I agree that it just seems like I feel like if they weren't like even looking into it, they would just be like the way they worded everything. It seems like something might be going on.
Yeah, and because they say we cannot comment on open cases, that's so standard. But the fact that they even, and then I guess to play devil's advocate, perhaps they just commented because they're tired of people blowing them up, but I do think they are paying attention,
I would like to say hello,
Hi.
lovely and esteemed panel. Monty, you little yummy bug-eyed bastard. Isn't that your report now? I'm
guess
not sure
so.
what people are calling you anymore, but they're jelly. here's the thing, with the legal stuff. I don't know Canadian law, right? But this I do know. I have personally a lifetime restraining order against my domestic partner of, anyway, it's neither here nor there. What I will say is you do not shit on the police's time nor their detectiveness. You don't go in there and say, I have never said something in order to gain. I don't know if any of you know this, but a lifetime restraining order is very hard to obtain. And once you do receive that, I mean, I cannot fathom going to the police and saying, oh, yep, he SA'd me. That's right. And then getting a hotel room with, they do not play. Okay. Seriously, she is facing charges. He is facing charges. Dee Dee's cutting out because she knows she could be facing charges. It's a waste of the state's money or the country's money, however Canada looks at it. It's a waste of their resources. It's a waste, period.
But what
And
could
they're
she be
making a
charged with, though?
mockery. And they're making a mockery of the system, basically, because she's saying, look at me. I have made these charges, and now I'm sneaking around. I can't talk about it. I'm sneaking around after these police. I done made the charges, and I
But
still want the
what can she
green
be
pin.
charged with, though? Has she actually broken any law?
Yeah,
Has she?
absolutely. Well, no.
Mm.
Actually, she has not broken. Well, it depends. It depends.
I would say she has, because
Yeah,
it's the protective orders for both sides. You can't put a protective
right,
order on somebody and then keep seeing them. That doesn't sound
right.
right.
And also, too, when you place or when you have that order instilled or put on the other person, you have to swear that what you're saying is, I don't want nothing to do with this person. I don't want any contact, nothing whatsoever. I mean, both of you are forbidden, if you will, to contact the other. And if you as the individual that wants a protective order, or you're initiating some kind of charges, the very fact that you would negate that, you know, through some kind of bullshit. And then not only that, I just can't imagine uh, the anger that any detective would have over the fact that these bitches are on YouTube, just basically just fucking laughing in the face of, okay, we got an order, but we're hiding. We're hiding over here. Look at us in the hotel. I wish this was all over. I'm just headed to Cuba. Really, when she got off the Cuban plane, I really wanted her to get re-arrested. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. But also too, you got to think outside the box. Now, Chantel came late in the game with the whole, oh, I don't want the green peen anymore because he's living with Dee Dee type situation. But in the interim, we got May. We got other charges. He's already on probation. He's already got extenuating circumstances, if you will. So,
So, what do you think is gonna happen? Is the police gonna arrest one or both, or what's gonna happen in the future?
Wouldn't they have done something by now?
Well,
no.
There needs to be an investigation first. Sometimes it can take weeks, right? Weeks or even months.
Yeah, and we don't know. Actually, here's the thing: we don't know what charges that they're looking at for this piece of crap. whatever his name is, known as. We don't know what his charges are. He's, I mean, it's obvious he's like a scourge of society. So we don't know whether he's like stealing shit still from the Walmart. Maybe he just stole tennis shoes the other day. We don't know all the charges on him, right?
What were you gonna say, Grebo?
I was going to say that, a lot of the times the cops overall, regardless of what they're doing, they're not going to tip their hands, and they can take weeks or even months, and it's like I don't know what Chantal has and hasn't done, but I know if you go in and you do a sworn statement, that right there, it could be considered perjury and the false reporting, and so it can take a very long time, and to the point where people get comfortable,
Yeah.
and go back to being and doing whatever it is they think they're doing, because, and all of a sudden, you can get slapped down, and it really depends on what the Crown says, how hard the cops want to push it, because occasionally people will get made an example of, like, do not come in here and waste
Exactly.
our time.
Our time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and so
And thank you. You make a brilliant point. Of course not. Of course they're not gonna. Here's the thing. Do you think those detectives, these people that are putting all this effort into these allegations, do you think they find it remotely cute or funny that this? I was getting ready to say the B word. I cleaned it up. You see that? That this woman would be on here just like so flagrantly acting like what they do doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna meet him at the hotel anyway, guys. I'm addicted. I'm
yeah,
addicted.
what I know,
Mm-mm.
and I have, like I said, I'm pretty comfortable in what I know about law enforcement is 9 times
Yeah,
out
I've
of
been
10
through it.
they will just keep feeding you rope, like, realistically they don't have to work super hard to dig for things on
No.
let's just say Chantal it's super easy to sit there and keep stringing out rope and let the
Yeah.
person just do whatever it is they're going to do until there's enough, and it really depends on, I don't know what they call them up there, prosecuting attorneys, deputy,
Yes.
prosecutor, whatever they're called, and it really comes down to, like, what's chargeable, what's provable, how much money the Crown wants to spend, but when it comes to
Also, too,
SA,
I mean, false reports, just that's like the most
yeah,
minor thing
yeah.
you could
Well,
face.
when it comes to SA and DV, realistically,
That's huge.
it's not a joke when you're making a
No,
mockery of something so incredibly serious. So, they might just be sitting there building a case
biding their
because
time. That's
Yeah,
what
she's
I
going
keep
to
thinking.
be. She's going to be saying though. Oh, but you know that all victim survivors go back at least 7 times, and I am in a toxic relationship, and I can't help my
Right.
feelings, and I
That's
keep
going to
going
be
back.
her,
That's it
that's
is.
her
That's what
dumb
exactly what she's
speak
going to
anyway.
say.
That's her
She's
dumb
yeah,
speak anyway. She's going to be like,
uh-huh.
oh my God.
I mean, I don't
I
know
had
Chantal,
how
no
they treat
idea that this was
people who
so
say that.
serial. Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
how they do.
Hey, Megan, I don't think Natural Ginger was done talking.
Oh, I
yeah.
apologize.
I was just saying that I don't think that I don't know how much you give them an inch and they take a yard, how they actually turn around and say to the complainant, look, you've got to stop this now, otherwise you're in serious trouble. I don't know whether they've said that to her, whether they will say that to her, whether they're worried about hurting feelings. I don't know.
Ginger, I'm going to guess somebody has said something, because remember after her New York rage, how all of a sudden she kind of really put it on lockdown. So, and she was like, I really think, I honestly believe, because they're not, they need to, because you don't want to be able to say, oh, I didn't know, I was trapped, nobody told me. I really think, um that she has been warned by the police, or somebody in law enforcement, and then that's why she tries to tippy toe around it. But when you're like completely just high as balls, these things fall out of your mouth. So I do think she has been warned, but I also think Chantal is somebody who's never really faced any serious consequences for her choice. And B, Chantal likes attention, good attention, bad attention. Attention is attention. I think I, I, like I said, I think if something is going to come of this, that the law enforcement's just sitting there stringing out the rope, to see what kind of
Actually,
news she
yes.
makes for herself.
Yeah,
Here's
you're
one
exactly
thing.
right.
Knowing,
Yeah.
no, and I know, like, several detectives that work every day with people that and also I volunteer at the women's shelter, so we know people that they make claims, right? And they say such and such happened. Some of them may go to the women's shelter. Some of them may receive uh, protective orders. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Here's the difference between the people that we know that are serious about the protective orders and those that are just mad because their boyfriend went awry, or he's now living with a lady named Dee Dee.
Mhm.
I think,
Whatever the
honestly,
case, that
luck.
that pisses us all off. That pisses all of us off. That pisses us off
Mhm.
on every level. All the women that have suffered, all of us that have had our asses beat, teeth knocked out, concussions, fucking stitches, living in the women's shelter, running from shit. And the cops do not appreciate the domestic violence shit. That's one of the most serious uh situations that those policemen or detectives can be in. A lot of times that's more volatile than any other situation, domestic situation. So to make light of it pisses a lot of people off. And what I will say is, the more he talks, the more like, I saw the mod thing where he threatened the mod and he, did all that. The more he does that, they're just watching him more. And the dumber or Chantal is, the more they want to fuck her too. So,
Yeah.
and that's
So
And
basically, Megan, what you're saying is that she shouldn't be making light of these DV situations, this SA stuff, because
right, because
it'll
that's,
get back to her. Yeah, exactly. I totally
yeah.
understand that. And since you've been through a similar situation, you
No,
feel
I
trapped.
haven't been through nothing like that with
No,
like what she went through. That's not even abuse. Okay. That's that's a walk in the park. She don't know DV. She doesn't know like real domestic. She doesn't know that. And that is what pisses off the survivors of it. To see her be so nonchalant and piss away the fact that, oh, I had a moment of weakness. I went, I went to a hotel and we're running for our lives. The women that have really got our ass beat, we're looking at her like, what in the actual fuck? And we're terrified. Like, I don't know about other women, but most of us who are really having our ass beat, we're scared to death to go to police because we know that's our last thing. Like when we go to them, he might really for real kill us. Next time he sees us at McDonald's, we could be crossing the street. You know what I mean? We could be anywhere and he will kill us.
I see a lot of
And
people in the chat are saying a lot of things, and here's the thing: this panel, everyone's gonna have their own views. Megan might have a different view than I do, and she has the right to express her views. And she's right. There's a lot of people, a lot of women that won't go to the cops because they fear that if they go to the cops, their abuser can and will unalive
Kill
them.
us.
Yeah. So just be respectful of her opinion. I appreciate your opinion, Megan, and what you had to
Thank you.
say.
I'm
Because
just saying,
a
I
lot of
just
people
hate
are
that she manipulates the whole system, and I know how frustrating it is for those of us who have survived it or still live in it or still living in fear.
exactly. You're right.
So
I appreciate that. I appreciate your points of view, Megan. As
thank you.
always, like the last time, because there's a lot of people who take this extremely seriously, and it's not fun in games. It's not laughy. It's not happy time. It's a life-threatening
Yes.
incident. Seriousness. Yeah. So yeah,
And sorry, Monty.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I can agree because, like, I have had trauma in my past, more SA than DV. But, like, I went to the cops when I think I was 16, 17. And my own father said that I was lying when I was outside the police station. And then the cops, because like they could pick up on, how I was feeling after talking to my father, and they didn't believe me either. So it really does upset certain people that,
Yeah.
Chantal is taken so seriously when it's really not as serious as some other people,
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you
I'm
so
so
much.
sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't taken seriously by the cops either. It was
Exactly,
horrible.
because
I was threatened with being arrested because I was so hysterical, and I was
Yeah.
so beaten up. I was
Oh my
hysterical.
God,
I
that's
was
what I'm
pleading for
saying.
help,
Like
and they went, "If you don't calm down, we'll arrest
we're
you."
gonna arrest you too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, how horrific is that when you're
yeah.
so upset? You've got the bloody nose, the maybe you got like your spitting teeth,
I was begging for help. Yeah.
and they're like, "Ma'am, just calm down. Okay, we need to get the story." Now, fucking Chantal has never dealt with none of that. Like them threatened to domestic. Oh, we got to arrest both of you. See, that is what she does not understand. There are way more repercussions for even standing up for yourself than she realizes, and she just makes a mockery of it.
yeah, exactly. And now a lot of people are expressing the same points as you, Megan. Savitri is even saying true. Sometimes you cannot go to the police in a place where DV is considered to be a family issue because it is. There's a lot of countries out there where they would prefer such incidents such as DV and SA as a family issue and
Right. Sweep it under the rug.
want to have the family itself resolve
Deal.
the problem.
Mhm. Right.
So you have to be aware of that. And as I've said, Megan, thank you for your thoughts. I'm gonna invite No Justice up. So I appreciate you being on the panel. Maybe we'll see you again. And yeah, I'm gonna put No Justice up on the panel. But thank you once again, Megan. Take care.
Yay! No justice.
Bye.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you for
All
having me.
right, no problem. Take care, Megan. Bye bye. All right, No Justice, you're on. What's up?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hi.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Justice.
Hi Ginger, hi Ray, hi
Hey.
Amy, hi Monty, hi beautiful chat.
Hey there, how you doing?
Hey,
So, what do
I'm
you think
doing
about
good.
this situation?
So the thing is, I don't really like. I've just been hearing what you're saying, but I haven't literally watched anything from anything today. I haven't watched one of your videos, her videos,
Oh,
nothing. So all I hear is what you're saying.
well, I guess it's time for a recap.
Please, yes, please.
Maybe wait a second. I guess Greg Grebo lost the connection. Let
Oh
me
yeah,
invite Greg Grebo back
yeah.
because I kind of like her recaps. Well, some
Yeah, she
people
does
like my
great recaps.
recaps.
Yeah, you guys do good like dual recaps,
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. So let me
absolutely.
try and invite her back.
Hey,
See if
Akasha.
she
Hi,
goes.
Cauliflower.
Lucy.
Hi.
Hi, cauliflower. Hi.
Hi, guys. I'm Monty.
Hi, cauliflower.
Hi, Justice. Can you read me?
Hi, Steffi
So
640.
all right, so where do I start? She was cooking and cleaning since yesterday, cleaning up the kitchen island, cooking. What was it? What was that thing? Hello Fresh.
Yeah, she's trying to
Um,
combine all the HelloFresh
yeah,
items out of her kitchen or something.
exactly. And then she was eating pizza yesterday. Had some lakmas delivered, maybe or maybe not, from the Night Feeder 9. Remember that person who gave me the messages? Was it Twitter or Instagram? I can't even remember now. But the Night Feeder 9 has a night feeding schedule,
Who
and they
the
were
who the
part.
fudge is Night Feeder? Sorry, who is
You
that?
know who
I
Night
keep
Feeder?
hearing you say that. What is that?
Okay. Night Feeder 9 messaged me and told me, if I'm gonna be succinct about it, that I am effing up the feeding schedule and I need to
Oh,
stop messing with their feeding schedule when it comes to Foodie Beauty.
It's
how
somebody who's
how are
been
you
watching.
messing with that,
I
Monty?
don't know. That's
What
what I'm
have
trying
you
to find
done?
out. I
What
have
the
done
hell have
nothing.
you done, sir?
I have done nothing, but I am allegedly messing with the feeding schedule, and I am also allegedly messing with their Facebook feeding group because
Oh
it
my
got taken
god.
down. I have no idea
This is so
whose
rude of
feeding
you.
group
Wait,
this
wait,
is.
That's
a
that's
I
gotta
thought
Facebook
be
better.
DLF.
group?
I
What
thought
the
better
hell?
of you.
Right?
I
So
did.
the night feeder came at me about some a bone to pick, which was those two things, the feeding schedule and the Facebook group.
Did they
Uh
expound upon that at all?
no, it was more like a flurry of expletives at me. And then blaming me for their Facebook feeding group being taken down, and obviously it was my fault without any evidence to back their claims.
I don't know.
Uh,
That screams DLF to me,
It
blaming you
really
for
does.
everything.
It
right?
does. With the expletives and the no explanation and stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's just like out of nowhere. Yeah, but I think it was the night feeder that gave her the 4 dozen lakmas last night because she got it and ate it and it was delivered to her.
She always calls it the Lockma Fairy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I just thought of some merch for DLF.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what
You
is it? Tell
you
us.
all right, so you guys remember like a few years back everybody was like, something bad happened and they'd be like, "Thanks Obama."
Yeah,
People need to do that.
thanks a lot,
DLF
Obama.
needs to do it and be like, "Thanks
Thanks,
Monty."
Monty. Oh my god. Oh my god. Everything that's ever wrong in DLF's life, it's Monty. Just always Monty.
I guess it
Always.
I
is.
think that's
Yeah.
genius, actually. That's a great play on that, Amy. And it's just like a penis pump. Thanks a lot,
Yes.
Monty. The penis pump.
Yes. Yes.
Speaking of a DLF, if you didn't know, DLF is prepping for a lawsuit. I have been slandering and defaming him, well, in his own words, and he is going to be retaining a lawyer to make sure I never do such actions
Oh my god.
again.
Are you
Yeah.
shaking in your boots?
I am so scared right
Are
now.
you?
Yeah, I am.
You're like gonna be served by someone on a tricycle?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to avoid couriers on tricycles now.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
That's a red flag for sure.
it is. I
Yeah.
better start running.
That
But
is
yep,
so scary.
Do we
You
think
need
like
to buy
Mama
him a new outlet to
right.
match his one that he's lost.
And in DLF's own words, I am some sort of capo that has runners that will run to the trap as well as the luxury villa to take pictures and video evidence of the movements of Foodie Beauty, Nader El Shami, Didi, Lulu, and Pete's.
You're the new dragnut. Blame
That's
drag.
that's
Hashtag
Right.
blame drag.
badass right
We go
there.
hard for Monty over here.
It's your menopausal army.
Oh my god.
Monty's menopausal army.
I
Hashtag.
like that. I like the sound of that.
Actually, so do I. It has a ring.
It tells you everything you need to know in as few words as possible.
Amen. I think that's beautiful.
But I'm out of that group then because I'm not in that, I'm
Me
I'm
either,
not
but I'm still
there.
part
You're
of
an
it.
honorary
still-
member.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
Exactly.
an honorary. One day. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what Dragon Lord Karen told us we were. So
We're in training, Ray. It's okay.
Yeah.
Menopausal training.
Yo, don't even use that word, girl. No. Mm-mm. We are not speaking that language.
It's good. I enjoy it. It's really warming.
Right.
So, Monty, are you ready to lawyer up? Because I'm coming for you.
Monty.
Polly, you do that
Monty.
way too good.
I know, it's sad,
Yeah,
isn't it?
right. We need to dress you up in some DFL kits, like boner, donor. What else? What other shirts does he have?
That's my
What
name.
shirt?
Yeah. Put pillows underneath the shirt, bono, donor, and then you were in your undies
Yep.
walking around.
Yep, with a jock strap. And the only way I would do this is if Monty goes, "What are those?"
What are those? What are those?
All right. So let me continue. So she was on, and basically she was alluding to some polyamorous relationship. She kept on speaking her thoughts on whether or not she will be able to be in a poly relationship. And we obviously know she's talking about Nader and the relationship, not relationship that she has with him, plus what Dee Dee has with him. And she just basically said she wouldn't be down with that. She would want the
She
man for
1,000% let her misogyny show. She was basically like, "Oh, I'd be fine to be in a relationship if my man had another man, I'd be okay with that. But with
Mhm.
another woman, no, no." And it just comes down to she was like, as long as he was paying attention to me, um, and I gotta be honest, like I think she's just trying to be cool and hip. Oh, it's cool if he had a boyfriend. Well, we know what she had to say when she found the poppers and lube in Natter's drawer. She was jealous AF. So I mean, she can sound all liberated, but Chantal, I think, is the poster child for the kind of human being that could not be in a polyamorous
You are
relationship.
so
And number
right, Rita.
two, yeah, what they're doing is not considered polyamory at all. So just it's Natter just basically will sleep with anybody, but it was just yeah, in her stream this morning, so she brought up brought up polyamory, and I think that this is just her attempt to repackage, because she's already put lipstick and a wig on this turd and it's not selling. So I think she's trying to rebrand whatever this is she has going. So she's talking about this polyamory, misogyny to the 10th, you know. Um, and then Chantal keeps talking about, and in this stream, and she has been for days, she keeps talking about her memberships and her membership levels. Like in the past, Chantal will be like, yeah, become a member and you can chat. But has anybody noticed that she's really talking about these memberships and the benefits if you're a member, and things like that? So that leads me into the next thing where she was talking about was she did say, and I quote, "Yeah, I'm low on funds." So, she said, yeah, I'm low on funds. She keeps pushing these memberships. And now she's talking about like, oh yeah, and she's basically spent $700 to incorporate or become a legal, corporation or whatever it is she's doing. But so she's dropped $700 into this. And she also brought up in the last 24 hours, well, how long is it until I get my money from Twitch? I can see I have money on Twitch and things like that. So the whole point of all this is I really don't think, Chantal is doing as well financially as people keep saying. If I made $20,000 a month, I'd do this. I don't think Chantal's making $20,000 a month. I think Chantal's peak was she made like that $12,000 mark
Agreed.
at the height of the
I
drama.
agree.
And I don't think she's, and we all know, everybody out there, it's like when you're talking about, oh, how much weight did you lose? You're chatting with your girlfriends, whatever. Let's say you lost 4.5 pounds. You're like, I don't know, I lost like 8 pounds. You know how it is. You tend to exaggerate slightly. And we all know, well, I know, I'm not going to speak for you, that Chantal couldn't tell the truth to save her life. And so her 20K a month, I think that the 12K was the pinnacle. And if you watch, she has not been getting the super chats. Like literally, she got 23 for one earlier, and then she got 23. And so that's tanking. if you look at her shorts, like she puts her shorts up, and it had been up, excuse me, for 2 or 3 hours, and she had less than 1,000 views. The little short she did of Sam. So that tells me something, that people aren't there really to see Chantal as a whole. Nobody gives a flying F about those because it's not getting the views. People are tuning in for the train wreck. If you look at who's in her members only chat, she maxes out at like 35 members in there, and only about 75 of those are actually chatting. And so I just really think overall her memberships are down. I suspect a lot of people's tried to, or didn't even try, but did chargebacks on their OnlyFans, on the Twitch, on the Patreon. And so, and she, and Chantal's pride, in my opinion, won't let her e-bag the way like Shanny for Christ and ALR can. Her hubris is so exaggerate, that and Chantal made it very, very clear in that Cuba rage. It's like, I'll say whatever I want and then I'll manipulate you to give me your money again. So she doesn't feel like she needs to e-bag because she really thinks that she is this rocket surgeon that's just going to manipulate you to give her your money. She didn't need to ask for it. You're going to give it to her.
Rocket surgeon.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's a cross between like a rocket scientist and a
brain surgeon.
and
Yes.
and a neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
So but like when she was talking in her stream this morning, she said, "Oh, I need a Nikocado sweater so badly." And then just let it go. It's like she throws these things out there because she is hoping somebody, one of her beezers, will send her these things she wants. You heard her say, she said, when she was talking about affiliate links through Amazon, which, P.S., by the way, you have to sign up for, you have to get approved, you have to have a tax ID number and all that stuff. Amazon's not just going to hand her an affiliate link, but she said, oh, I'm missing out on so much money, because she wants to start doing Amazon affiliate links because she gets asked all the time, where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? All of this talk about the memberships, the affiliate links, when am I going to get paid on Twitch? If you think about it overall, when have we ever heard Chantal continually discuss like making money to this extent, and the fact she's talking about actually putting work into things? I'm telling you, I think the situation is a little more dire than she's letting on.
We've never had her at this level, which made me think, if I'm using Occam's razor as I usually do, that so her monies is going somewhere, and we might guess logically where it's going or to who it's going.
Just look at the amount of takeout she gets. Do the math. I mean, she ordered, like this morning, she was shoveling in that, I hate it when she calls African food. Africa is a continent, you moron. There are various countries within Africa. So
that one African dish?
Yeah, well, it's like I'm from Alaska. When people say, "Oh, I know a guy from Alaska. His name's Michael. Do you know him?" Are you kidding me? We got more miles of coastline in Alaska than the entire continental United States. But yeah, I know Michael.
Alaska.
Yeah. So but yeah, so like I said, she's talking about all these things she's going to do, and that's something else. She's laying there claiming she has the coof. I don't know that I'm going to buy it with an at-home test because those false positives are so common. I think it's like 47% of the time. And number two, the things she was eating and drinking beforehand can affect those. So I'm not going to believe it's actually the coof until I see a positive lab run polymerase chain reaction PCR test. So I don't think she does. That's just my opinion. And then so she's pushing that, and then she's talking about this new membership level, and she keeps talking about, well, it's only $14.99, and all these places she's gonna go, and everybody will get a postcard, and everybody will get this. Like I said, I think she's stressing about money, and it's like, bish, you're laying there in your bed claiming you got the coof, and you're talking about all the beezing you're gonna do, and it's like, you can't even go to the doctor and get a actual test, And then and then the other thing, I don't know. I just lost my thought. So it's and then the other thing she brought up, she's like, "Oh, apparently I had a business bank account I didn't know about." No, you didn't, Chantal. When you sign up for a sole proprietorship, I'm gonna guess they registered it with the province you were in, and you probably had to provide information. What bank do you use? You know what I mean? Because if you're signing up for these things, there are certain legal requirements. And so they probably said, "What bank do you use?" She probably threw out her bank, and maybe a letter or something, an email, something went out to her bank, and perhaps the bank sent her a letter or something that says, "Hey, you supposedly have this thing, come sign up for this thing," because no bank, I don't care where you live, is going to create a business account for you automatically because you spend $4.95 on a Canadian website to make yourself into a sole proprietorship. I'm sorry, that didn't happen. So she's saying April 19th, she has this appointment at the bank to go set up her business account. So just like everything she says is just, I don't, like I said, she's just, it's like, just make it make sense, Chantal. Just, it's just everything that falls out of her mouth lately is just, I personally feel if you listen, you can hear the grains of truth, but you really have to pick it apart. So
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm
I don't know if that
thinking,
was even a good recap, but these are the things she's been talking about,
That was a great
Yeah.
recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was. I think
and
her
Yes,
luck
that was
is
a great
finally
recap.
running out.
yeah, the food thing where she keeps saying, so last night when she was hammered beyond hammering, choked on that lockbone, she downed an entire large pizza. And then she kept going, she does the and then she tried to say, "Oh, it's just the memory of taste." And then she said, "Oh, but I can taste the tangy zesty of the sauce."
Yep.
If you can't taste, you can't taste. You don't get to then say, so I don't believe for a second that she can't taste anything, but and I'll finish my little rant with, literally, I can hear her getting bigger on every stream. 350 pounds, my hiney.
here's my theory, okay? Because as Grebo's talking, I'm putting stuff together. So this is playoffs time, right? First of all, we got the fact that her channel has probably taken the worst impact it's been get since her first fight with Natter with her little Cuba rant. I think a lot she wasn't really counting on of her just like whisking it away saying, "Oh, I was just drunk. I don't remember half of that." And then her trying to integrate every third conversation she has with her audience about this apology I have to make up. I have a lot of people to apologize for. But where should I go beezing next to you guys? Yeah, this is all like coming into fruition. We're going with the stuff going on that she just ranted about in Cuba, because I'm sorry, now we're not even talking about Renee anymore. If you notice, we're taking that out of there. We're using all the money that I spent in Cuba on the hot guys. Okay, so now it went from me feeling bad as a white privileged person to me paying guys to pay attention to me. Natter's back in the full-blown swing of things, and that is where she's setting up playoffs. So we need money for this, right? Because you're going to accept this situation whether you like it or not. That's why I'm mentioning the polyamorous stuff, because that's acceptable, and this is what they both do, so I might as well just jump in as well, because I'm not going to change a dang thing. Let's put up a song about being pathetic. She couldn't have come up with a better title than she did. Let's see. Oh, April 18th, isn't that tax time? The last day to file for taxes is April 18th. And we're going to the bank on the 19th. Good luck on that one. It's playoff time. We've got to find every little nook and cranny of ways to gather up that money, because she's going to be paying for whatever drugs, for whatever rent, for whatever loving, whatever it is in the next couple of months, because this woman is cracking. She is not at any way, shape, or form in any kind of the right mind, whether she's got COVID or not. So that's my whole thing. Everything now is about getting as much as she possibly can. She did say she'd manipulate them and she's going to follow suit. But on the other hand of it, she's also panicking too.
I think that her luck is finally running out and karma is coming for her behemoth butt.
Yeah, it's um just like if you look this morning, the African food she was eating, like she had a solid, like you just do the math of how much that costs and then the delivery and all that stuff. Remember, like, oh gosh, it was a long time ago, but she said she was spent a solid $100 a day on takeout and delivery, and I can guarantee that's probably doubled. But let's just say she only spends $100 a day. Um, that's $3,000 a month. So, you start doing the math. Let's say she did make 12K, and let's say that was take home, and let's say you take 3,000, she's now down to $9,000 she has left. And the edibles are not cheap. Buying new clothes rather than doing laundry, not cheap. Paying for the luxury villa, the gas, the electricity, the water, it's really expensive. And so I also believe she has said, like, oh, I don't need another credit card, I'm not good with credit. She's one of those people that she probably makes the minimum payment, and if you do the math on what the interest, she's probably really heavily in debt as far as being stretched out because of these credit cards. And so I really do, like I keep hearing people say, think that she sees the writing on the wall. Like, the Natter drama is not bringing in the money. She got on and said, oh, I have the coof, poor me, poor me. That did not bring her the super chats. Like, she's starting to, I think she's low key kind of panicking because she's not getting the super chaps, and I don't think she's getting the memberships either, because she's the boy that cried wolf. Oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I've said this a million times. A thought not followed by an action means nothing happens. And at this point, I think a lot of people are realizing, like, why should I pay when all this stuff is going to end up on a reaction channel, leaked on Twitter, it's going to be on Reddit. And I I think overall that people are just getting just tired of it. Even the people that want to believe in her are just like, I no, because she's shown herself to be so incredibly ungrateful. And I really, really think the turning point is when she was messed up in Cuba and says, I'll say whatever I want and then I'll manipulate you into giving me your money. I really think that may have been like the death knell for her ability to just rake in super chats and for people to buy into the things she's saying. So,
Yeah,
that's
you're right, Gregory Bull, because before she could easily make, let's say, $2, $3, $4, $5,000 in a week in super chats and super stickers. Like at the height of everything, November, December, she was making just that $5,000 a week on super chats alone. But
Yep.
now she is not getting anywhere close to that, and reality is sinking in. So I do think you're right in terms of that. That's why she's pushing these tiers, because she has to find other ways to make money, which is completely logical.
Can because you're good at this, Monty. Like, just say, like, this last week, how much has she made in this last week? I'm just curious because I know she made 23 on one stream, 23 on another. I want to say like maybe 100 on the one before that. And I will say with those, um, I, I'm pretty sure that the gross gets reported, because you got to remember YouTube's going to take 30% of that also. But I'm just curious in the last 7 days, because she came on and said, oh, I have the coof, guys, like I said. Oh, and the other thing I that was kind of crossing my mind is, yeah, I mean, so let's say she made 685 Canadian in the last 7 days. That is, a tenfold decrease in what she was making at the height of the Nadir drama. That's
Yeah,
a substantial decrease. And she just dropped that amount. She dropped $699 into making this, corporation for herself. She's, throwing good money after bad. And let's see, I had a thought, and I really think it was important, and it's just like squirrel, I forgot. It had to do with Chantal's money, or non-existent money. Um, Oh, it'll come back to me. It had something to do with her not making money. I can't remember. right now what I was going to say. Sorry.
It's all good. By the way, my video I uploaded an hour ago about the whole Gatineau police tweet. She's all over my comment section. She said, "This your big T question mark, laughing my ass off, lame." Okay, Foodie.
What did she made that comment?
Yeah, she made the comment. I've been keeping an eye on it to see if she's gonna delete it, but it's still
Yeah.
there.
Well,
She
you
is
know
so
what?
obsessed with you, Monty.
Yeah.
Why are
Yeah,
you
that's
so obsessed with me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Where did she
Yeah.
why are you
comment?
so obsessed with me?
oh my
On his last video,
Not
Yeah,
the
on my last
Mariah
video.
Carey throwback.
Right?
oh, yeah. It's and that's and if you'll watch a lot of the things she says and does, she's watching you, Monty, like a hawk because you've noticed that the things that get brought up on panel and stuff within 24 hours, that theme, that premise, that subject always comes out of her mouth. It's, it's you
She's even
better
using my verbiage.
yeah,
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 she is.
yeah.
She's 100% jealous of you, Monty. You've got like all
Mm-hmm.
this support over here, people just like going to bat for you, and she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have that at all.
Well, not only that, but he's got all the women. Like, he's got all these women around him, and she's like, oh no, I think she's jealous of all the women.
I
yeah,
agree.
and she's intimidated by us because we're all
Mhm.
competition to her. Remember?
She's just jealous of Monty, It's like, oh my gosh, look at this guy, people interact with him, people care about him, people care about people in the community. It's like when you have shown yourself to be such a terrible person over and over, and the thing is it's just like I will always fall back on before Chantal dove into her full on addiction. And like I said, that stream last night, she was so messed up. She was literally just and it was I personally don't think she was just greening out because usually when she's greening out, she kind of does that weird rocking and she starts looking around. I really think there was something else than THC, but like I said, neither here nor there. She was hammered and just so she's dove into this addiction, which anybody that knows anybody that's in the grips of addiction, they're a train wreck, right? But then you add Chantal had such bad behavior before. She was so entitled. She was so selfish. But in her older videos, you would see her at least trying to fake it. She would cover her mouth. And I remember a video from like, oh God, it was like 5 years ago, long since deleted. But she was saying like, I know I need to be less selfish. I know I need to be nicer. I know I need to work on myself. But, she just can't be bothered. And I think Chantal is going to get hers very, very soon. And the fact now she's saying that P has the coof, and it's like the way it's like if she actually thought she had it, just the way Monty brought this up, the way she was wandering around the luxury villa. Oh, and that's the other thing. Chantal seems to think herself like this like she's trying to take back the word. So she's now referring to her home as a luxury villa, and she refers to it as a gunt and a fupa. Like she's trying to make fun of it, kind of the way back in the day the LGBT community took back the word queer. Like, no, this is ours. I am taking the power out of that word. It's like she's trying to do that with the words that people have made up for her living situation and her, but it doesn't have the impact and she doesn't realize it. It just reinforces the fact that she obsesses over the things reaction channels say. She reads everything on the forums, and I can guarantee you that she probably watches Monty's videos 2 or 3 times and is writing things down at this point. Just my thoughts.
Thanks, Greg Gable, for that. Appreciate it as always. Um, what else is there to say? Nader, like Nader's thoughts, his disgusting comments that he's been throwing around here, there, and everywhere. Like I think he is close to falling off that cliff if he already hasn't already because of his viewpoints.
Yeah,
Oh,
that whole thing about his foot meeting somebody's face. I'd like him to say that in front of a person, just any person, because I don't think Natter would last 5 minutes. He's all big and bad behind these little computers that he sits there and he laughs about black eyes and bloodied up noses and teeth being knocked out. Has he looked in a mirror lately? And yeah, I did stab 2 people. And this man has absolute zero, nothing, okay, in his heart. He has it for, just like her, for whatever services him, okay, because this is what he believes he is to the world. He's giving you something, so you owe him, not the other way around.
I could take that scrawny little boy with my prosthetic leg off.
Yeah, I'd love to see it too.
well, usually how it goes is the people that have to tell you how bad they are tend, just in general, tend not to be, like it's. So yeah, any guy that walks around talking about, I'll beat so and so and I'll beat so and so, it's like, I don't think so.
I don't know how his channel hasn't been taken down. I mean, at least for her, she had some time. His channel has yet to be taken down for anything, and he's vile night after night after night after night.
Oh, and remember that video of his that got deleted that he pulled down? It's like it very clearly shows. I do believe, and that, like, that the reason Dee Dee wears her hair slicked over is I do think she has a very, very thin spot on top, and so when he was panning around, if you stop on it, it does look like a bald pate up there, and that may be why she wears her hair.
Yeah,
To
she
the
slicks
side.
it to the side because we
Yeah.
did see the bald spot. It's on the forums.
Yeah.
We showed this yesterday.
Yeah, and so so well, and I'll say that Natter apparently does have a type. I'm just saying.
Okay, what's his type?
Well, I think he likes thicker women, and that will support him. I'll leave it at that.
I think his type is the one with the pulse that'll open their legs. That's his type.
And their wallet, yes, with
Pulse
their
and a
legs and their
heartbeat.
wallet. Oh, speaking of, nah, I don't want to go there. I just can't. Oh, never mind. Ew, never mind.
Oh no, you can't just say that and not say
Okay,
it.
so if you go on, you see Chantal's OnlyFans photos where she's like cosplaying as Dee Dee.
Yeah.
Those photos, they don't say sexy, they don't say confident to me. They smack of desperation. They really do. And it just I don't know, like, they weren't even funny. They were just kind of sad, I thought. And I think did everybody see on it was Twitter or on her community post, she said, like, anybody that joins OnlyFans will get like half off the first month, like I said. And this goes back to that she's really pushing memberships and stuff. She just her memberships, I suspect, have really dropped, and so, half off the first month. And she made a post on OnlyFans the other day saying, I saw a screenshot of it saying, I'll post every week, promise, in capital letters, like, and then this morning in the stream, Chantal kept joking about, like, well, basically the first part of any plan is you have to plan, ha ha ha, and she laughed. So, a lot of times people say she doesn't listen. No, I think she listens, and I think she is aware of the comments. People are saying you always say you're going to do something and you never follow through. Like, I think it's seeping into that drug-addled brain of hers and people aren't signing up. Ray.
I'm digging those earrings, Ray.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, when it comes to Natter and his type, like, really, what it comes down to is, you can say, he likes this, that he likes, bigger women who, seem to have lower, self-esteem issues or whatever, you may call it, who have money, who he feels like, okay, They're going to stay with me. They're going to give me all their money. They can't find someone else. You know, in his mind, this is probably what he's thinking, because that's, you know, that's the way, from what we've seen, that's the way he seems to roll. So that's really what it comes down to, is that's really his type of woman, the woman that he thinks he can control, and that'll buy him whatever he wants and can't find anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's 100% it. Hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on you says pay to play, P2P. That is a known verbiage.
Yep. Hey, Pepperoni. Ms. Pepperoni.
Hello. Hi, lovely people.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Okay,
So,
so I just wanted to add one thing. Can I just say one thing? And then
yes,
y'all,
please.
Natter, I've ran into dudes like you, okay? And I've dealt with dudes like you. I've had a gun to my face by a dude like you. And I'm going to tell you right now, the only reason you talk the way you do is because you have an audience full of women who are delusional over you, who will allow you to talk to them like that. Because if it was any other woman, like myself and the other ones in this audience, you would not have the cojones to even look at us the way you do. So bring yourself down, because you're going to encounter the wrong one day.
Oh, I'll say this, Pepperoni. I think he may have with Chantal. For anybody who thinks she doesn't, I really think bunny boiling, I will not be ignored, Michael. I mean, Chantal is stalker crazy. I honestly think that if at some point the cops don't intervene for laws broken, somebody's going to end up hurt or worse with the way these individuals interact. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why the more, like, honestly, I'm not one for deep platforming. Like, I'm not, but in this case, I'll make an exception, because this guy, it's dangerous. It's crossed,
Yes.
like, he's gotten comfortable to where he is threatening to kick people in their faces.
Or at least, how about, I'm never for deplatforming, but they don't need to make money off of it. And I can guarantee you, somebody like Natter, if there's not money in it, he will, you know what I mean? He likes the attention, but I think he likes the money more, because there are so many places he could go and be abusive to women. You know what I mean? I think, but he's making money here, and it's easy, you know? He
And
does
that's the
not.
thing. That's
Yeah.
that's the irritating, infuriating part about it, is that he's getting paid to be basically an abusive, fill in the blank. Okay?
Yep.
Because I don't understand the women that are defending him in that chat. Is this some kind of fetish? Do you think this is like cool or something? Explain it. Make it make sense to me, because it makes no sense. It makes zero sense. For all they know, he could be shutting that camera off and Dee Dee's getting the heat. Now, at this point in time, I'm not much empathetic to Dee Dee. And I'm sorry if anyone disagrees, you have your right to disagree. But you know what? You made your bed, lie in it. Because you saw the signs, you participated in the signs. But it's a domino effect. And I hate to think that he'll continue to get away with this behavior. It's infuriating.
Yeah. I just saw somebody say, why are you not for deplatforming? I didn't say I'm never for deplatforming. I'm saying overall, my knee-jerk reaction is never, oh, deplatform them, because that's an ugly, ugly beast. I would like to see Natter lose monetization, and let's see where it goes from there. I personally think he'll lose interest and he'll just go away. But if he doesn't and he keeps streaming the trash, yeah, maybe deplatforming if he's breaking terms of service. I'm never for, I'll die on this hill. I'm never for taking away somebody's ability to free speech, because I don't like what they're saying. But if you're breaking terms of service and it's illegal and it's dangerous, I'm 1,000% for you not getting paid and not being allowed to talk that trash. You know, it's just
I have a
bad
different
juju.
take on the whole deplatform thing. I agree with the freedom of speech and everything. I do agree that certain individuals do not deserve to get that outlet, okay? Because they're spreading dangerous rhetoric, okay?
Yeah.
That being said, Brain fart. Give me a second. Holy crap.
Right? Right?
Oh my
Hello?
God.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
You were
Oh, okay.
talking
I know.
about deplatforming and yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so what I've seen in my years on YouTube, deplatforming never works. We saw it with Chantal. That's
Mhm.
exactly what they do. Ban
Mhm.
evade, ban evade, ban evade. It's gonna take the platforms itself to strengthen and actually go through with their terms of service
Mhm.
for that
Yep.
to ever actually work.
Yep. I see somebody saying freedom of speech does not extend to social media. Yeah, I know that freedom of speech is for the government. It's our First Amendment right. My point was, if you start advocating for companies to simply yank somebody's platform because you don't like what they're saying, regardless of if they're breaking terms of service or not, that is a dangerous, dangerous thing. So my point was, if they're breaking terms of service, 1000%, they can be yeeted. And there are certain messages I feel that really are dangerous and don't need to be given a platform. But overall, it needs to be on a case by case basis. Is all I'm saying, and I'm fully aware of what the First
Right,
Amendment
right.
is, and like yeah, and I understand. It's just a term I'm using. But yeah, somebody like Natter, he has found a following of, I'm going to guess, women with low self-esteem, probably some trolls, some sycophants, and yeah, and that he's getting more comfortable, and the things that are starting to fall out of his mouth are pretty disgusting. And so I would like to see him be demonetized first. And I really do
Hmm.
think he'll just go away on his own, and he won't, that's just what I think, because he's really a vile, vile individual.
Natural Ginger, I agree with you, and that's the infuriating part. That's why I'm not like the platform bleep platform, because we've seen terms of service be violated numerous times and nothing's been done. So I take more of an angle of we need to hold the platform itself accountable so that they actually follow through with their own terms of services
Mhm.
that they themselves wrote. And there
Thousand.
needs to be
Mhm.
zero exceptions. I don't care
Mhm.
if they make you a lot of money. You're going to lose a lot more money by having them on that platform because it turns away people who actually have good quality content to provide on your platform because no one wants to be associated with that.
Yeah,
The
and no one
Blake.
wants to be associated. That's fine. And as far as deplatforming, I'm sorry. I don't care if it's called deplatforming or erasing a channel. There have been channels that have done less that have been taken off YouTube. It's YouTube.
Uh-huh.
It's just another app. So it's really not that bad. The man would have to get up and get a job. So would Chantel. It's not taking away their livelihood, okay? Just because they choose to do this, it is not a formal job. It is a choice, a personal choice to take on the career of YouTube is not a formal job with a boss, okay? So I can't stand when it comes into this little area of deplatforming is not right. Well, not for nothing, but it is because the public is paying them. So we should be able to fire them at any point in time if they're doing what they're doing on a daily basis, okay? Breaking TOS, talking disgusting things about race, color, body positivity, anything, death, suicide, violence, sexual assault, all of that stuff is being spoken about on a daily, and the audience is paying for this. So don't talk to me about the platforming. It's bottom line. If you're still an audience to this, they will still go to it. And YouTube will keep paying as long as there are numbers. They don't care about morals and values. That's the bottom line of it all.
You know what? Very good point and very well put. And yeah, I agree with you as well. But that's what I'm saying, right? You're right. So if YouTube ain't gonna do nothing about it, it's only the people that can do something about it, right? And that's why I'm sorry, but the mods in that chat are infuriating because you are allowing him to continue this behavior.
It
And mind
comes
you,
oh, go ahead,
last thing,
Pepperoni.
none of those people, if any of those women who like to spy on other channels for him are here listening, I want you to understand you are not an exception. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
You are not an exception. You're just another potential kick around toy. Okay? So don't think for any minute, no matter how much you super chat and kiss his butt, that he won't eventually do the same he did to those ladies this weekend on you.
Yeah. It comes down to when somebody tells you who they are, somebody shows you, you need to believe them. And this, I will say that this does pertain to YouTube and Chantal and Natter and all those guys. Is there's such a thing as social media currency? You know what I mean? Like your views are literally money, and if you don't agree with things, like I don't ever just pop into Nadir's channel because it's a source of revenue for him. I don't ever just pop into Chantal's and watch her videos unless I am recording it for one of the Discord servers or we're group watching, because once again, my view is worth some social media currency, and I choose to spend my social media currency carefully, and that's where I do think people in general, when it comes to Chantal and stuff, they are starting to wise up. Like if you look at the amount of members that are chatting in her chat versus the number of the people are watching, it seems to be a larger and larger disparity. And it does seem her overall, the number of people that are tuning in and watching her has slightly gone down, since, post COVID rage. And so I think people are starting to clue in that you can watch her on reaction channels. There's group streams. There's all kinds of things that you can do to not give these people your social media currency. And that will, and it is, I believe it's starting to hit them in the wallet as well as it should, because the things they say is they make, like, everybody screws up. Like, thank God they didn't have social media when I was a teenager and stuff, because oh good Lord. But everybody screws up, but when you do it over and over and over, there's that saying that past performance isn't indicative of future returns. Well, that's true for the stock market, but when it comes to human behavior, in my opinion, past performance is very much indicative of future performance. And Chantal, Natter, that whole crew, they've all shown us who they are. So be smart with your social media currency. Don't spend it on them. Watch Monty. There's a few other reaction channels you can watch, still get all the information. And because, a lot of the times people think, oh, it's not much money if I tune in. But no, it adds up. Think about if 50,000 people think that. That's a fair chunk of change.
I personally,
with greedy people, you got to hit them where it hurts. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I personally have never given Chantal a dime, and I never will. There's just no point to it. I mean, I have nothing that important to say to her that I would super chat her.
Yeah, but there's a lot of bad blood in New York, though.
It's just not important like that to me. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same, but I wouldn't ever hold it against anybody. I mean, I feel like she has duped a lot of us on some level at one point or another. So yeah, I feel for the people that are like genuinely being played by her,
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to use a terrible example, and I'm not saying Chantal is anywhere on this level, but I'm going to use like Ted Bundy, when he was in jail and on trial, and it was pretty clear the things that had happened, and they had proof positive. He had this weird cult following that felt special because he paid attention to him. He had that group of women, and like I said, I'm not comparing Chantal to, a serial unaliver, but my point is like she has this core of people that just feel, for some reason, when they get attention from her, that they're special, that they're the exception. She would never treat me that way. And and it just seems like no matter how much of a train wreck somebody is, there's always a percentage of their viewing audience, call them fans or whatever, that just, I'll just sum it up with like, they're, like I said, they're the female version of like either Captain Save-A-Ho, I can help save her, I can help protect her, or they're just like, it's all lies, they're conspiracy theorists, like they're not terrible, it's all social media twisting their words. So I don't know, hopefully that made sense what I was saying.
It does. Like New Justice just said, she has her own little Manson family, and we know who those are. We can list them out right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not I'm not sticking up for anybody that's been like a long time beezer or whatever, like people that have been following her and know who she is and still, you know, no, I don't have any sympathy for those folks, but I do feel for people who are like new to her and just don't know yet, you know.
The ones
And
that
just
fall
think of this
into it.
too. Out of her
Yes.
91K subscribers, how many are actually functional subscribers? How many are actually interacting with her? How many are actually watching her during a live stream? What does she get at most on her live streams these days? Between maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500? That's nothing in the world of YouTube if you're going to go by the fact that she's got 91K subscribers.
Well,
I call
and
BS.
a more
The numbers
telling
don't add up.
No,
Yeah,
they
a
don't.
more
Sorry.
a more telling metric would be the fact that if you look at who's actually participating in chat, there are at most usually like 35 to 37 members, you know, in her chat, and then like I said earlier, maybe 50 to 75% of those are even participating in the chat. So, you know, like it's most of Chantal's subscribers are just, you know, leftovers, probably dead YouTube accounts that somebody subscribed 5+ years ago when she was on a weight loss or pretending to be on a weight loss journey or lying about being a vegan, and they've just never unsubscribed, or they don't even watch YouTube anymore,
Right.
or you know, that kind of thing.
Lost subs, dead
Yeah.
accounts, bot accounts. You know, YouTube used to crack down on that. If they saw that there was a spike somewhere, like a high spike, they would look into it, and they would actually, again, is another thing that pisses me off about YouTube. They would actually punish you for that if you were, you know, spiking up these subs, because a long time ago people could purchase subs, people could purchase likes and purchase views and purchase just to pump up their channels, but they also were getting struck because of it, because YouTube saw that they were not active channels, that they were just bots or they were just bought or whatever the case may be.
And that's something that would be easy to track down if they were to actually use their time to look at it, because all you have to do is go back on Social Blade and you'll see it's very telling when all of a sudden they're getting 10, 20 a day. It's like, oh, okay, so by the end of the week you have 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
People can
and
still
the-
buy subs though,
Yeah.
and it does go through, but YouTube has actively been cracking down on that by not striking people, but just removing the subs. That's
Well,
what they're
and
doing now.
these sub farms have changed tactics. They don't all come in at once. They drip in slowly. You know, you can set like, if my sub count falls below this, and then just a few will slide in to bump it back up. But yeah, if YouTube notices, they just get rid of them. But you know,
But YouTube has access to stuff that we don't, and I'm sure that they can go back, because Collie's right. There was a time when a lot of the channels that are big now, and I won't name them, were massively buying subscribers. So if they were to just access that data and see, hey, all of a sudden XYZ got 10,000 subscribers in 1 month, that's not suspicious at all.
And not only can you do that, because I've had it done to my channel, people have bought dislikes and thrown them on my videos, where it's seen as engagement, but at the same time it's like it's a form of trolling, it's a form of hate. People would do these things because it would look like, you know, they thought at the time that YouTube paid attention to like-dislike ratio, that if there were more dislikes, that there would be a reason to, you know, so much has changed that they don't talk about anymore. When things switched over again, they stopped, you know, all of these like ironclad things that they were shoving down our throats years ago when I first started. You know what I'm saying? So now it's all under the rug, and it's like, oh, I can get away with this because if I lose some subscribers, I definitely will get more. How do you know? That's because you're helping it out.
And there's Monty with the search.
Best sites to buy YouTube dislikes. There you go. It's actually a real thing.
Yeah, it is a real thing.
Yeah, just like Cauliflower just said.
But she can have as many subs as she wants. I personally think Chantal so desperately wants that 100,000 silver plaque I really like. Remember back in December where she was planning for the party she was going to have, or I'm going to stream for 24 hours when I get my plaque and blah blah blah. I don't think she's ever going to get there. Especially before she gets herself yeeted off the channel or the platform again. But yeah, she's jealous. This is a side note, but and probably not completely relevant, but also in today's live stream, did you notice how she kept bringing up like how everybody was mad at ALR for eating the shrimp? Okay, so Chantal, Shrimpgate, literally by YouTube standards, is like an epoch ago. It is no longer relevant. Nobody's talking about it anymore. And that just tells me like Chantal is like trying to latch on to ALR, like we're in this together, bestie, and that kind of stuff. She's talking about such old tea, such old shade that, Shrimp Great. And Chantal doesn't have anything to talk about. She has nothing interesting. And she's really trying to double down on that. We're just abused because we're fat women that eat on the internet, when that's not in fact what's going on. But I think what Amy said is true, that there is the new person that will stumble in and be like, wow, they're just picking on her because she's big. But I think 99.999% of the people very quickly figure out who Chantal is, and they stop supporting her.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, especially now that the mask has kind of slipped, because like you were saying, back in the day, she used to like try harder to not be as offensive, and now she's just like balls to the wall. She doesn't care.
Yep. She thinks it's her brand. Like when she says, "Oh, you've all done it," or "You all think it," or and it's like, no, Chantal, not everybody thinks like you. Not everybody does the things that you do. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine coming online and telling your audience, "I have not brushed my teeth since Cuba"? Yee.
Oh my
Like,
God, that's
yeah.
disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That
honestly,
is
that's probably not even the grossest thing. Like,
No.
yeah,
No.
no, you're right. You're right.
Watching her eat last night, she had that Nutella and that chocolate and those. Ugh.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
and
that
so
was nasty.
she just she wants to lean into being this gross train wreck, but there's,
I think
like
she did that for the feeders, Grebo. I think she purposely ate disgustingly like that because I was like, why aren't you wiping that chocolate off your mouth? Like, why is it lingering there? I think she did it on purpose for the feeders.
I've been saying that for like a year now. It's for the
Yeah.
feeders.
Oh, I agree with
We're
you. Yeah.
getting more and more evidence it is for the feeders.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think she did. You know what? Yeah, and that's the thing, and it's
yeah,
she has been so vile lately in her behaviors and the things she says that she has pushed herself into this niche market where it's only going to be feeders and like her hardcore sycophants that are going, and it's not going to be enough to support. Well, I'm not going to say for the feeder crowd. Like if she gets in with the feeder crowds, I've heard you can make some money, with that, but you have to be
she needs to get
consistent, though.
serious about her
Yeah.
OnlyFans. Like,
Yeah.
if she marketed her OnlyFans to feeders, she could be making bank.
Right, and she wouldn't be here on YouTube spreading her disgusting isms, phobias, and all that above. Like, go.
Did you hear when she said, "If I think I can't walk, if I say I'm disabled because I can't walk around a store and I want to use a scooter, then I am disabled"? No, Chantal, that's not how that works. That's called
I'm
being
sorry.
lazy.
Does she
That's
understand
called,
that you have to actually get medically
yeah,
to disability
yeah,
to be able to
yeah.
get benefits and everything? Chantal, you're an idiot sandwich. You're literally an idiot sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, back up. Let me see something. I think Mrs. Fields said that she admitted that she traded that laptop for sex. When and where?
Yeah, I saw something about that, but I don't
It was
remember
one
that.
of her most recent live streams. She said it in jest, but even though in jest, she said it.
Shockingly, I have some thoughts on that. I know. Circle today on your calendar. Grebo has something to say about Chantal. I don't know if it was ipso facto, give me the laptop and I'll it very well, because I used to work at a club, and that you'd be surprised that how manipulative people, how good they were parting people with their money and things with promises. So I am gonna, for Chantal, and like I said, I don't know, I wasn't there, but I can guarantee you that Chantal's the kind of chick that if he was sweet and nice and, oh baby, you're so pretty, yeah, we'll hang out, oh, it'd be nice if I had a way to contact you when you left, no, I don't have a computer, I can't email, you know what I mean? She may have handed it over simply on the promise of not even necessarily sex. I'm not saying that didn't happen, but I'm saying she may have very well handed it over just on the promise of getting attention and being told, you're sexy, you're pretty. Like, Chantal wants to hear that from a man. She needs to hear that. And so I could very much see her handing away a $1,200 laptop on just getting, her head rubbed, a few kisses along her cheek, and the promise of attention. Or, dude might have just thrown his self-respect out the window and just dove right in there and took one for the team. So, but I don't know. I'm just throwing out another option.
So she admitted to trading the laptop for things. This is the how embarrassing. She's so arrogant and cocky and all of the and you're admitting multiple times that you literally have to pay men to be with you.
I don't think she realizes that she could quite literally get more bang for her buck if she actually just went to a sex worker.
Exactly.
She doesn't have the fortitude to do that.
It would be cheaper.
She doesn't have the fortitude to do that.
But
even the way she treats her OnlyFans, the way she posts pictures, all of that is fodder. You don't really think that she takes that seriously, because if that's supposed to be enticing someone, well, try again, because I don't know what that is.
I don't think Chantal talks a good game, and she says she just wants, the green peen or whatever. I completely disagree. Chantal wants attention. And sex workers, they'll pay you attention, but for more bang for her buck. If she was truly in it for just the sex worker, 1,000% the way to go, and they would fawn over her and tell her how beautiful she was, but then that would end. And that's why I think her ego won't let her go that route, because she doesn't actually want to get nailed. She wants the attention, the say the nice things to me, all the time. And like I said, but yeah, she wanted, if it was truly about, just like Amy said, if it was about getting more bang for her buck, sex worker would be 1,000% the way to go. It'd be so much cheaper than whatever this is she has going on.
And I guarantee they do it better than freaking Natter.
Oh, right? Just, yeah.
I mean, they're professionals, Yeah.
Speaking of spun sex, like remember the post the other night, Monty, where got us off on that weird tangent?
Oh man, don't remind me about that one.
Where I had to neuralize everybody in chat because
right. Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
just erase my thoughts on the spun sex, because I went way off over there.
That's okay. Then we talked about head cheese, and that went a direction I don't even want.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that again, are we?
Ray needs a therapy appointment after that. Like, no more head cheese talk.
I called the next day. I called my therapist and was like, you know what? I need some help.
So what was the comment she made on your video, Monty?
It's even on the farms already. The comment was, "This is your big T ? LMAO lame."
She's interacting. She's interacting with you, Monty, because as much as she said she hates reaction channels, she is so desperate to drum up any drama, any chaos, anything to keep herself relevant,
Exactly. And I mean, Chantal, what is your big T? You cleaned out your fridge? Like, what?
If you can even call that cleaning.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to say that what Chantal did not clean. Clean has a definition. What Chantal did was remove some inappropriate items from some surfaces they should not have been on, and threw them into a plastic bag, and then left that sitting on the floor of the luxury villa. That's not cleaning. That's simply rearranging your filth. So there's that.
Yeah. Taking the
You can
clutter and putting it in another corner does not a clean
Yeah.
house make.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Oh.
The fact that she uses all these big words like luxury, da 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 da. Look, you can call it all you want. It's still a pigsty. That's all
picked that
it'll
up.
ever be.
She picked that up from the farms. The farms calls it the luxury villa, and like I said, so now she's trying to use it like, ha ha, I'm so
Like
hip.
reverse psychology
Yeah.
type deal. Okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna work.
Did you see that photo of her bathroom floor they had on the farms?
Yeah.
Where all the wadded up tissue
Oh
and it looked like
no.
yeah, and it looked like a roll of toilet paper.
Monty, hook
And you
me
know,
up. Let me see it.
yeah, you know
When
how
was this?
toilet
Just now?
go look on, I think it was page 6067, maybe 6068.
Okay.
Do you know how a roll of toilet paper looks when it's been wet, how it gets that weird deformed? So there was this roll of toilet paper sitting on her bathroom
Blech.
floor in the background that looked like it had been wet. It looked like there was wadded up tissues all around the toilet, maybe some cat treats on the floor. I mean, it was actually what, like,
Oh my
it wasn't cluttered looking. It was like where you're like, ugh, maybe I'll just not.
All right, I have to see this now
Yeah.
because I'm a glutton for
Yeah.
punishment.
Yeah, it's if Monty, if I start at 6067, the page, and it's somewhere in the vicinity, maybe 6066, and scroll
Oh,
forward.
I
There's
found it. Yes.
Yep.
Trigger warning, disgusting things
BBJ's
about to be
on
Trigger
shown.
the bed.
warning.
Yeah, BBJ's on the bed, and it has zoomed in on the floor of her bathroom. And I suspect that's another reason why she's not. She doesn't like her computer because it doesn't have skinny filters on it. And B, I think the filth in the background has gotten to the point where even her, as being unself-aware as she is, realize it's absolutely. So yes, do you see that roll of toilet
Blech.
paper? It looks like one that has gotten wet, like maybe the toilet overflowed.
Oh, what is that?
Right?
What is that?
So and on the floor, I really think those might be the black poopy leggings she had on. Then you've got all the wadded up tissue that looks like some cat treats.
Oh, there
And it
looks like there's something brown in that tissue paper.
Yeah, it does. I saw
Yeah.
it. And
Oh,
so
Oh, you disgusting human being.
What the
Oh,
heck?
you are a disgusting turd muffin. What the heck is all this?
Oh man.
And everybody in chat, you are welcome that I have brought this to your attention. My work here is done.
Grebo?
I'm
I don't
sorry.
like you.
It's eerie. I am disgusted. This is gross. This
Right?
I've been to truck stop bathrooms that are cleaner than this.
Oh, yeah.
What
So
the
you
heck
see,
is this?
yeah, it's like I said,
Jesus
you can
Christ
see.
on a cracker. That's freaking ridiculous.
That's filthy. So can you imagine? Remember how Box Mountain, the sequel, was building up? So I think I'm gonna guess, you know, that her probably her bedroom, the situation is just so vile. And number two, you can always tell she just keeps caking new makeup on. Like anybody that knows anybody, I don't wear makeup, but my sister, oh my God, like full on face of makeup. And so I know what makeup looks like when you haven't taken off. So she keeps caking new makeup on the
On
old
top
makeup.
of the dead skin.
Yep. And then that camera, she doesn't like that camera on her computer because it follows her and she's never gotten rid of it. She, you know, she's not swapped it out with Sandy and Ange or Vange and whatever. And it shows everything, and she has to have it so high because she's massive. So she's I don't think we're going to see. But now that we've discussed this, I'm curious, is she going to clean up her bedroom now and now do a stream from that computer to show us that we're wrong? Do it,
Greba, what
Chantal.
about her spitting on the floor? Do you like that one?
Oh, that's just attractive.
When she spit when she spit on the kitchen floor after she drank the seltzer, and she's like, "Oh, sorry."
What?
Yeah.
Does anyone else
I
get an
missed that.
insane urge to like over clean after Foodie Beauty shows crap like that? Because I do.
Oh, I swear to
Yeah,
God,
and go
she
for a shower and diet
Mhm.
and
my
Yeah.
house has never been so clean. Like there's days where you're like, I mopped last week, but yeah, you watch Chantal, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I can listen to Monty and mop the floor and fold laundry and clean the windows. I literally, after watching Chantal's stream or I was sitting in on one of Monty's reaction, I figured out how to remove the window panes in my house to pop them out so I could clean the outside of them. She's an amazing motivator.
that she
This is
is.
why I don't understand why the health department doesn't get sent back over there,
Right.
or what those cats live in. That's who I feel bad for, is what those cats live in. Never mind
Oh,
those two.
save Sam and
Ah,
BBJ. Save
yes.
Sam, BBJ. Save Sam and
Yes.
BBJ.
I feel for her neighbors too, because I guarantee they have bugs because of her.
And the
And God only
sounds.
knows what else, Amy. What's in that pot? What's in the pot? What's in the pot?
There's a full-on ecosystem in that pot. That's a
Mhm.
science fair project and a half.
You're sick, Chantel. Why don't you use what's in there as a antibiotic?
You
Well,
know,
can you imagine
she
it
might get
being
her wish. She might get her
2
wish, y'all.
a.m.?
Oh
2
fuck.
a.m.
But
Like all night,
Pete.
every
What are you
night.
watching, Chantal? Yes, Chantal, I'll help you. Okay, Chantal. You guys,
Hi,
she might
Martha.
get her wish and actually end up on an episode of TLC Hoarders
Hoarders, yeah.
if she doesn't stop this disgusting fest she has going on.
I'll say this, my opinion, Chantal's not a hoarder. She's just lazy. Like she doesn't, like I said, I really don't think Chantal's a hoarder. I think she has a shopping addiction, and I think she is beyond lazy because I've
Yep.
noticed that she doesn't have a problem with throwing things into the garbage. It's just getting the bags out of the house. She's far too lazy. So I think what we see is laziness. And so we've got gluttony, we've got sloth, and we've got greed, going on, and she just can't be bothered.
I think hoarders typically don't they like develop
attachments.
Yeah, attachments to these objects.
Yeah,
I don't think Chantal is capable of that, like with a person, much less an object.
Yeah, she's too lazy to take
Facts.
the trash out.
Yeah, what was with the stuff on her stomach? How and why would you put magnetic eyeliner anywhere near where your stomach is?
She probably passed out on the brush or something when she was, high as balls, and now you would have to bathe to get it off, and we all know that that's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
Can you imagine what her pillowcases looked like when she was still using the hair fibers and sleeping in makeup?
Well, remember
disgustingness.
on the chair that she sits in the living room, there's that spot. It's that greasy black spot from her leaning back because she didn't shower much. And yeah.
But I'm dying, guys. I'm dying. You're dying.
Oh, and you know what? I will shut up. Remember, she literally made this quote this morning. She says, "I'm not going to have a heart attack. I'm going to turn it around right in time." Like she said that. I don't think I'm going to have a heart attack, guys. I think I'm going to turn it around.
She's literally testing the limits on this.
Yeah, and I think in her mind, she's so immature. Sorry, I keep doing this. Like, so I haven't had bangs in years, but I'm not going to lie. I really like this wig. Thanks, Chantal. Great suggestion. So now I can make fun of you. Excuse me, parody. And I got kind of a cool wig out of it for my D&D games. Anyway, but yeah, I think in her mind, she's so immature that I still think she has that teenager bulletproof attitude where that's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to die. I'm going to be the exception. And I think in her mind that she just cannot see the red flags.
That luck is going to run out. I am here to tell you. You are not invincible.
Exactly. Look what happened to you, Amy. And you are a healthy, fit, younger than her individual.
Yeah.
And so you add in, the betas, her triglycerides, the cholesterol, the non-fatty alcoholic liver diseases.
Yep.
when something goes, something's going to go hard, and it's not going to feel good, and it's not going to be fun. And so, yeah, I thought that question.
There's probably going to be multiple things that go at once, because that's usually how it goes. Like, it's a domino effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And imagine trying to push the limits on that, and let's see how far it can go before my body just says enough is enough.
Well, and the other thing is think about it. She looks at herself through that camera with that filter on, you know, and you it can get to be, I think over time, you know, if you tell yourself something, a lie long enough, you start to, you know, she's drank her own Kool-Aid. I think in her mind, she doesn't look in the mirrors and stuff. I think she only looks at herself, you know, 9 times out of 10 is through that beauty filter on her phone. And because she said, oh, I've lost weight, and then she's in this hug box that says, oh, you look great, queen. I think she's kind of drank the Kool-Aid. I don't think she realizes how large she is. I don't think she realizes these things. I think like I said, she has drank her own Kool-Aid at this point, and that's
well,
a very
you tell yourself the same lie over and over and over again. You eventually start to believe it, and that's what she's done to herself.
Exactly. And it's just like, if you get comfortable, like, you know how it is, like, have you ever, you know, like, my sister is super OCD clean. And like, she'll come over and be like, how long's that been sitting on the counter? And I'll realize there's something, you know, I put there and I meant to put away, but you know how you get comfortable and you just kind of get used to it sitting there. And after a while, it doesn't click that, oh, I should probably put that up. And I suspect Chantal has done this slowly in the luxury villa over time, to the point where she probably is nose blind and just, you know, blind to the fact that the chaos and the mess, you know, she just kind of shuts it out. And
I think she's honestly just used to living in chaos. She doesn't understand like what it means to like be at peace and to have like a nice clean house and not have, you know, not be chasing after some, you know, druggie that doesn't give a crap about you and then airing it all online. And just, you know, I think that chaos that's just where she feels at home.
I'll even take it a step further, that Chantal having the addictive personality that she does, because she was addicted to the shopping and to the food. She's now, as an addict, she's addicted to drama and chaos, because when you change your feelings, you know, that's a form of a drug itself. Like a lot of drug addicts, before they find recovery, you know, I want what I want and I want it right now. And if they can't change how they feel with substances, they will then use emotions. You know, they'll pick a fight with somebody, or, you know, something crazy like that, because you get addicted to the dopamine hits of it all, the chaos.
Yep.
You know,
and that's, she, like, I've been saying it for a while, she just loves to hit any kind of pleasure button that she can, because she wants that instant gratification. She wants to feel good now. Like, she doesn't care about, you know, losing weight enough to, you know, not stuff her face, because stuffing her face makes her feel good in the moment, you know?
Yep. Or she wants, or, you know how, like, have you ever been really upset about something, but then when you cry or you rage or whatever, you feel that sense of relief, like, and she's almost addicted to that. Like I think she, you know, well, I don't think, I know she likes these rages. She likes these things because it gives her that emotional release, you know?
Yeah. So, a crygasm, if you will.
Exactly. But yeah, so.
Unfortunately, we say so many good things on this panel all the time. Every night we come correct, but yet Chantal does listen, but it goes in one ear and out the other, and that is very, very sad.
So I will throw this out there, Chantal. I want to see a positive PCR test. Proof. Show some proof. Because it's so easy to get those false positives.
Not only that, but did anyone notice how she put her fingers all over the testing, what do you call it, the little cartridge itself? She kind of rubbed her fingers all over it, and that's like not supposed to happen, Chantal. You're not supposed to do that.
It's a big no-no.
And now she goes to Pete's, correct? Now he has it?
Meh.
Yep.
Supposedly. We'll see.
Allegedly Pete's has it.
At least he's not going to be spreading it around. He never goes anywhere, so.
Yeah, but
I
they're
don't
Go
know.
ahead.
both infectious and they're both living with those cats and they're both not cleaning up and they're both not doing
Yeah.
the right thing. And you know, she'll leave the house before he will, you know, when she thinks she's all clear. And you know, I mean, he doesn't really go anywhere, so there's no worry there, but her, I mean, you know, this one's going to think that she's invincible after it's over.
She already does, but yeah, it
Oh,
just keeps
Yeah.
like it keeps like confirming that to her that, you know, and I think all of us are just sitting by waiting for her luck to run out and for karma to just smack her in the face.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
it's coming. We all know it's coming. It's like sometimes you get a little impatient. It's like when you're a kid and it's so close to Christmas, you're like, "Oh, please, please." You know, it's like that. It's because, you know, it feels like this has been going on forever, but realistically, this over the top horrible behavior hasn't even been going on for an entire year yet. So, it's coming though.
Yeah, it's just it's so unbearable. It feels like it's been
Oh,
longer.
right? Oh yeah, I
Right.
agree. But
All
yeah,
right.
so I think I get frustrated sometimes, but I'm going to continue to enjoy this content because I think when it goes down in flames, it's going to make the Hindenburg look like a small, non-existent event. I think it's going to be screaming and flames and just it's going to go down. And I don't think anything will rise from the ashes. So I think we should enjoy it while we can because I don't think that this particular amazing lol cow, for lack of a better term, it's this is not sustainable. The candle's being burnt at both ends. So, you know, get your
Correct.
motivation to be a better human being from her now because this I really don't think this can last much longer.
100%. Elaine, that says, question, was that a blood test kit or nasal? The ones we have, you have to prick your finger and the part where the fluid goes turns red from the blood. The one that she has was the lateral flow rapid test, not anything that has to do with pricking your finger. So I'm not sure
It
exactly what you're saying. It ain't that. Zoo Flute wants a recap. I don't know. Did you want to give one? A Great Grebo. We might wrap this up
yeah,
after that.
I'll give another recap. So what basically what Chantal's most recent stream was is she has admitted she's low on funds. She's flat out said that. Chantal has said that P is now positive for the coof. I don't necessarily believe that. Chantal stated that she spent $700 on, you know, so she can now be incorporated or whatever, you know, and be a more legal business that's, you know, its own entity aside from herself. She's currently a sole proprietorship. She has an appointment on April 19th to go to the bank to set up said business account because when you do these incorporated and stuff like that, you cannot use your personal account. Chantal lied. I feel she lied and said that the bank set it up for her. I'm not going to believe that for a second. She's going in April 19th to set that up for herself. Let's see, you know, Chantal was talking about she's really been pushing her memberships and she keeps talking about for this $14.99, you know, all the things you're going to get, be a member, be a member, be a member. She's also been really pushing her OnlyFans memberships and I'm going to post every week, guys, I promise. Let's see, I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, can I mention something that's not part of this recap, but something that does have to do with her
Sure.
memberships
Yeah. Go
and
ahead.
Chantal's motivation? So you know how Chantal, how she's claimed she has the coof and she's trying to play the victim card. You all had my Patreon pulled down, right? She's been the last few days. That's been her claim. You know that Patreon removed Chantal's Patreon account, right? And it's our fault for mass reporting her. I think Chantal's lying, and here's why. Usually, from the research I've done, if Patreon pulls down a page and you go to that creator's page, it'll say this page has been removed, and there'll be a link to like their terms of service, community guidelines, and stuff. Versus if the creator removes it, it only says this page has been removed. Does this make sense? And I found, I'm not going to hold up my other iPad and show photos, but, you know, I found numerous conversations in various places from creators that had their Patreon removed from Patreon. It's every time it clearly said this page has been removed, and then there was a link or something going to Patreon's terms of service. Number two, Patreon themselves says, if your page has been removed and you want to create a new one, that's fine. Contact us, you know, but give it a little bit of time. And so she had that first original one. I believe she removed it herself. Patreon didn't remove it. And then she made a second one just a few days ago with the Beezer show. And then that one too, she said, you know, that one too was removed, and it was removed by her. Like, she just removed it. And so my point is like Chantal, she, sorry, she keeps making these promises. I think she gets overwhelmed. She then goes in and deletes. Like, she deleted the Patreon page. She even deleted the new one that she was making. So I think what it is she gets all hopped up on the attention. She makes these plans. She makes these platforms. She then removes them herself. And then because her channel was pulled down for mass flagging, she's now hiding behind that banner. See, it's gone because you all reported me. I don't think that's the truth. Chantal removed her Patreon page herself because she did not want to keep up with the obligations. And then that second page that she made through the Beezer show, you know, it lasted maybe 48 hours, and that too got removed. And they both have the exact same message on them, and it's not the one that it was removed by Patreon. Sorry, that was a really long-winded way of saying just do some research, guys. But I'm just, she can't claim that Patreon removed those. I won't believe that. I won't. That's not what happened. She did it because she can't be bothered to follow through with anything that she promises.
Right, thank you for that so much, Greg Rebo. Also, somebody mentioned, what about the tweet from the cops? Well, I guess they may or may not be looking into it. Maybe they are, that's why they tweeted that, or maybe they aren't because they're sick of people tweeting at them. So they tweeted that to kind of, I don't know, stop people from tweeting. But I would expect better from, you know, a police department. I really do think if they say there's potentially an investigation, that then there's potentially is an investigation, since some laws may or may not have been broken. So we shall see what happens in the next few weeks or months. Maybe Nader cried wolf, and now almost 2 weeks later he's gonna have to pay for it because it's getting real. So we shall see. But, you know, thanks everybody on the panel. We had Ray here. We had Megan Fox. I'd like to thank both of them. That amped chick, you are closest to me. So let's go clockwise with wrapping this up. Any last words?
I want to say thank you for having me on panel again, and also thank you for sharing my video on your platform. And I appreciate everybody's feedback and all the support and love I've been getting. You guys have no idea what that means to me. I worked really hard on that video, and I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Then I'm Check Cauliflower.
Sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Monty, once again. Thank you guys for another great panel. And thank the chat as well. Everybody is so supportive all the time. And just, you know, keep in mind that this is all internet, and we have the power ourselves to shut it off and to disable, and also not to pay out people that don't deserve to be paid. Just saying. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Greg Rebo.
Nah, it's like
nothing. You already spoke, right? Yeah, you already gave it.
I will add one last thing. Here's something else. I've checked with some people who were sub to Chantal's Patreon, and here's another fact why I think Chantal removed it is because nobody got their money refunded. If Patreon removes a page, the subs money, you know what I mean, it tends to be refunded. So like I said, thanks to everybody in chat for being here. It was a good time. I'm not gonna lie, this wig, pretty awesome.
Nice,
Thanks,
Ari.
everybody.
Thank you. Gregory Bo, Eric Pepperoni.
Just thank you for having these panels and letting us voice our opinions, and everyone who hears us, and the ladies on the panel. I second everything you said. And to emphasize what Collie said, yeah, it's the internet. Disconnect every now and then. It's
All
okay to
right.
do that.
Thank you, everybody that's been on the panel. It's been a pleasure as always doing these, at least on the daily, for everybody. I think somebody asked, what was the tweet from Gatineau Police? Well, here's the tweet once again. It said 13 hours ago. Hello, we have been identified several times on posts concerning these two individuals. We cannot comment on the files we are working on, if any. Please be aware that if violations are found, actions are taken. Thank you and have a nice day. And that's it. So we shall see what happens, or what will happen to that, what actions may or may not be taken, but I will keep everybody updated. So thank you once more. Smash that like button on your way out, everybody, and I will see everybody another time.
Bye,
Take care.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Well,